What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Moses and you're watching Portigan. So today I'm back at Chapla Motors and I'm here to review the Nissan Latio. I'm going to take you around this car. I'm going to tell you the trims that are offered with this particular version. I'll tell you about the historical background info on the Nissan Latio. So stick around and I hope you enjoy. So the Nissan Latio was first introduced in the year 2004. This particular version is the 2010 version, but it was carried through from 2004 to 2012. That is the C11, the first generation. The second generation, C12, was first introduced in the year 2012 and went all the way through to 2015, where they introduced the third one, which is the C13, from 2016 to 2018. You might know this came in two versions. You could get the hatchback or the sedan version, which this one is. The hatchback was the Tiida Sport. This is the Tiida Latio, so you can differentiate straight right off the bat. So we're going to focus on this particular one, the C11, the 2010 version. And immediately I noticed that this is the post facelift, because with the pre facelift the grille had horizontal slats right across. Also the lower grille had a horizontal slats, but they started from there, from the fog light to the next fog light. But as you can see, this one has a smaller grille and just confined within the two fog lights, so that immediately you can notice that this is the post facelift Nissan Tiida. So this car comes in a 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive, which is front wheel drive. This particular one is the front wheel drive version. You get the factory wheels, as you can see, the factory alloy wheels all round. Really beautiful. I don't know the exact color code or the exact name of this paint, but it's some form of navy blue. Yeah, really beautiful paint. So I'm going to take you through the entire car. Any special features, you can also mention any that you know in the comment section down below, and we can educate each and every one here. This Nissan Latio comes in 3 trims. That is the G, the M, and the S. This particular one that I have here, I believe is the S, because you can tell from the paint. You can see that it's a really beautiful. I don't know the color code, as I mentioned, but navy blue, marine blue, whichever you want to call it. Because I say that because the standard paint is usually white, the type of white that you can see on that van right there. So that is the basic trim level paint that you'll get. Another feature is inside the interior, which I'm going to talk about later. So this car measures about 4,430 millimeters long in the length. And I wanted to correct something. I'm not sure if I got it right on that Toyota Wish right there. So if you have watched the video, you know the actual length, put it down in the comment section, and I guess we can all become knowledgeable. So how about we move on to the interior? We'll continue. Stepping into the interior of the Nissan Latio, and as I mentioned, there are some premium features. Right off, you can see the leather armrest on the doors here, really soft. You can also see the wood trim pieces all around the dash and also on your door card here. So that's why I said that this is the S version. So I'm sat in the Nissan Latio, and straight off I can tell you that it's really clean in here, really well kept. Yeah, so we're going to start off from the steering wheel, and I forgot to mention this. You can get this particular this C11 over the year 2010 to 2012 with keyless entry. This particular one has key entry as of the moment, but it used to have the keyless entry, but I believe the key was lost, or it malfunctioned. So starting off from here, you can see this is a top speed of 180 kilometers an hour. You have a little LCD screen down there. As you can see, that is the microphone for using while you make a call. You don't want to distract yourself by picking up your phone. You can use the right there, the call function. So onto the center, as you can see, that's how you control your AC. I really love that they incorporated knobs. Makes it much easier to use while piloting this vehicle. You have your infotainment display here, which I believe is aftermarket. I'm not sure, but could be from factory. I mentioned this is the S trim, so you could get a really nice infotainment system. You have a 4-speed CVT, continuously variable transmission in here. Really standard, I might say, from Nissan. You have a 2 cup holders down there, as you can see, and a really nice interior. You have carpets that are labeled Nissan. I'll show you this one, so you can see the premium feeling that you get in here. I mentioned this on the door card. You get leather and a really huge door bin for all your materials. So how about we move on to the back? The huge splash of materials that welcomes you as you enter the back, just as similar as to the front. Leather armrest on the door card, that wooden trim piece. So if anyone is sat at the back, your kids, they'll sit really comfortably. I didn't mention this, but you get cloth material seats, which obviously identify really easily. So a solution to that is to get maybe a leather covering over it. It's not that expensive. You can look it up. So you get a central armrest also covered in leather. Really premium. Huge legroom in here. I don't want to step inside, but as you can see, I've got tons of room even as I hang. So what do you think? Put your comments down below. Who is the perfect market segment for this particular subcompact sedan? Tell me. I believe it's the aged probably 21 to 30s is the perfect market segmentation for this car. So let's move on to the trunk and then to the engine. So this particular car, you get it with one engine option. That is the 1.5 liter petrol engine. Produces 109 horsepower, 148 newton meters of torque. Powers the front wheels and uses a CVT transmission, as I mentioned. So the mileage, the fuel consumption, not mileage, is 11.4 kilometers to the liter, which is not very bad, because if you convert it to 100 kilometers measurements, you get 8.8 liters per 100 kilometers, which is very good. So it's a very fuel economical sedan. So you can hear it. It's really quiet, as I usually say. Onto the interior here, I can show you some more. You can see that the car has only 45,639 kilometers on it, which is really how do you say this? Small. So really short on miles. I'll say that. So I hope you enjoyed today's review. This car is really one of the cheapest I've done. I've done the Alto, which is obviously the cheapest, but this is one of the cheapest cars you can get today in the market. So be sure, if you're interested, to come down to Shapla Motors on Gong Road and pick it up.